So I think, oh, I don't know, do we need another countdown, or? We're,
I think I ended it, I'm sorry.
oh, all right, so we're going to continue our meeting of the June 6th meeting of the Ashland Board of Health. The next thing on the agenda is the reorganization of the board. Since we don't have a full board, we're going to table that till our next meeting. The next thing is the board member committee assignments. That's also going to be tabled till our next meeting. The next item is the discussion of the open Board of Health seat. Raj, do you want to talk about that?
So, sir, yes, that we have that for the select board discussion, like the select board is discussing it tomorrow in their meeting too. And we're gonna post the job, it need to be posted for 10 days in the tabloid downstairs, And what conversation we have with the downstairs office, they said probably the next meeting, the Board of Health meeting, we're gonna do the selection of the candidate, So we'll be posting it most probably shortly after tomorrow. And then the selection will be on the 20th June meeting that Board of Health have, But we'll keep the board posted, if there are any changes or if they want to do it at the select board meeting or our meeting. But it's going to be a joint appointment by the select board and the Board of Health.
Okay. And that's for Bernadette's seat, correct?
That is correct.
Right. And when does her term expire?
So it's next year,
Okay.
May next year. So
So
it's
it's 1
going
year.
to be 1 year
Okay.
position.
1 year, and then that person would run for an open seat.
That is correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
If she wants to.
if they want to, yeah. So the next thing is, Jay, you're next for the remote area medical update, and I think you have to put your mic on. There you go.
Yep, so we are still short of our fundraising goal. Still, I hope to hear within a week or so from Eastern Bank if they're gonna, because they're the largest contributor. so fingers crossed. They say it's in process. It's been in process for a while. And I'll let everybody know when I hear from them. As far as volunteers, the volunteer numbers are increasing slowly. According to RAM, which we met with early last week, we're on track for volunteers. So I think we've got all of dentistry filled. We definitely have all of medical, in this, at least for medical providers. We need nurses. But on the medical floor, we have, doctors and nurse practitioners. And I think that we need a handful of optometrists, so I'm going to start working on that. If anybody knows any optometrists or ophthalmologists, and you want to ask them if they want to help for 1 or 2 days at the clinic, definitely ask them, and if they need any information, they can contact me.
Jay, I did reach out to someone I know who's making some calls. He's an optometrist.
Excellent,
So,
excellent. Yeah, okay, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ed. And I think that probably the most progress that we've made has been in terms of the vaccine clinic. And if you want to just talk about that a little bit, Ed, since you're kind of running it with the Latino Health Insurance Program, vaccine clinic and health insurance sign-up, which will be going on simultaneously at the Loring Arena.
Yeah, so we were able to secure a big conference room at Loring Arena the same day of the 2 days of the RAM clinic, and we're working with Milagros to what we're going to do. The plan is 9 to 3. I think we decided on the time, and what we're going to do is we're going to have the childhood vaccines for the 2 days, gear that at the same and what we're going to do is we're going to put information out hopefully by next week before school ends to all the superintendents in all the towns and the school nurse leaders of those districts to let them know. That way, if there's a lot of kids that we know at the beginning of each school year can't get into school because they don't have their vaccines. So hopefully this will solve part of that problem for a lot of people. We are going to use the color system, the same thing that we used during COVID, so that people they'll be able to register online, come in and get their vaccines. Once they get them, it's automatically uploaded into color. Therefore, the school nurses will know, they'll be able to just log in and see that those vaccines are done.
Are you going to be asking for volunteers to help with the vaccinations?
Yes, so yeah, we definitely need nurses to help with the vaccine, and we also need non-licensed people to help like with the registration.
Okay.
And only thing I want to add is we definitely want to get some interpreters there, because a lot of the folks who are under vaccinated, non-English speaking, so that what we see in our clinics downstairs, that's a bigger challenge. So to get them registered, like we probably have to coordinate this much way before, so. And the other thing is if we open the clinic to everybody, right, there are going to be a lot of people coming through. The demand still for childhood vaccine clinic in Metro West area is huge.
Right.
So we just have to plan, like as Mr. Berman is saying, we have to get going and make sure, we have vaccines for all those kids who can come in, so.
Right.
Right. Well, and they're going to order all the vaccine, which was good. And then I believe they were going to use color to try to gauge the numbers of vaccines that they're going to actually need to get from the state.
And that's the Latino Health Insurance
Right.
Program.
Sure. Yeah. And then we will have backup vaccine in with our stocks too. We can share in case.
We can transfer.
We can transfer some vaccines, and we'll probably load up our inventory also, before the clinic. So we have some good chunk of vaccines with us, so in case emergency needed, we'll be able to bring our vaccines there,
Yeah, and I know I probably sound like a broken record because I feel like I keep saying this, but the vaccine clinic is completely separate from RAM, even though it's happening right next door. RAM is the RAM clinic where we overlap, whether that is in sending folks over to the clinic or you guys sending people over to the RAM clinic. That's where we should probably talk as we get closer to that, just in terms of logistics. Even things like parking lot, like making sure people who are parked at Keefe Tech actually get back in their car, drive over to Loring so they free up a spot.
Right.
You know, just stuff like that. You know, and I guess as like I said, as we get closer, we can talk about what that would look like. So yeah, I think it's all good.
That it?
Yep.
Okay, next is your report, Raj.
Thank you, sir. So we're still going strong with the childhood vaccine clinic. We have one planned for tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, like there's still a huge need, and we're trying to accommodate whatever kids we can at this point, Framingham have hired a full-time public health nurse at this point, so that's going to be beneficial. And as we have more hours now, we're going to be hiring another nurse in Ashland as well, so we can bridge those gaps, With the COVID clinic, we had one 2 weeks back with Pine Hill Pharmacy. We had both Moderna and Pfizer, but we had only 3 people turn up, so that kind of very low demand right now, so we have still some vaccines for COVID in hand, and we'll put a clinic together as the demand comes, so. The Central Mass Mosquito Control Program, the spraying is going on, June 12th, 20th, and 26th for this month, they're going to be spraying. These dates are tentative, just weather dependent, if there is too much weather-related activity, they might change it. So it's available at cmmcp.org, if anybody want to look, There is a cyanobacteria activity at Lake Washoukum, there was an advisory from the state because of that. We did send out a informational flyer a couple of weeks back. As mentioned in our last meeting, we was sending out flyers to the neighborhood, both Framingham side and Ashland side. Framingham did their side, we did the Ashland side. We sent them flyers on how to prevent this, how to maintain the septics and all that. And we send that in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and the advisory is also posted in all 3 languages at the lake. And we'll keep the public posted as soon as the advisory is lifted. Chestnut Plate Apartments, we had two difficult big cases going on here. One was a bad housing. That we are getting very little response from the management. I did talk to the assistant manager there last week, that she have resigned, and the main manager is out on a medical situation right now, But both difficult cases. There is one case, with like roach infestation. There is a kid living at the property who's immunocompromised. I did get a call from Dana-Farber Institute where he's getting his treatment, that they're concerned with the situation, So I'm going to reach out to the management again tomorrow to get updates. I know the treatment was done, but we have very less response from the management,
Is that how you found out the hospital called?
No, actually the father called us, regarding the infestation, but what we was able to do for them, we went on for the inspection the same day that we got the call, given the situation, and I guess the next day the order letter was sent, They did do the treatment, that's a good part, but, we don't have the documentation that we needed, We usually ask for the pest control report to see, like, what their recommendations are and stuff, so that we have not gotten yet,
Yep.
137 Pond Street, still no action, We did get a quote again from the younger brother, Mr. George Nasios, this was like a month back. He gave us some quotations, to do the repair at the property. The quotations was worth like $28,000 that myself, building commissioner, and everybody on the team feel is very less, or insufficient to make the repairs at the property, Mr. Nasios' younger brother, right, he was here today also at the department, He wanted me to speak with the DMH manager, Mr. Peter, who was working on the case. I did speak with him, so still kind of working on the case, Farmers market starting this weekend, on Saturday. We got the number of permits we got. We have processed all of them, and Tom will be there to do the inspections and give them the permits. Pools and camps, we have 2 camps application, and we have actually 3 pools in the town, you know, one at Ceres, one in Lanterns, you know, both are approved, but we have not gotten an application yet from Chestnut Hill Place, you know, so they had some issues with the pool last year, but they have not applied for the permit yet, you know, so. Metro West Tobacco Control Collaborative Grant, we got the extension of this grant for another 2 years. Now this grant is run by Framingham. We got about of $250,000 for all the communities in the tobacco collaborative. And we have another extension possible extension for 3 years after 2 years, you know. And I just want to add on, you know, it's not here because we did get a $20,000 grant for our nursing program, the childhood vaccine clinic from the foundation, Metro West Health Foundation. That is approved now, you know. So we'll be able to do more stuff with the vaccine clinic. Decisions at every turn, they have a meeting scheduled on 13th June. If any of the board members can attend it, we will send you the link. I guess it was sent by Laura, right, Laura? Yes. But we can send it back, you know, if you can attend that, please. That'll be helpful. And I'm open for any questions.
Question for you, I kind of unrelated to this, but I was thinking 137 Pond Street. Are they close to filling Jennifer Wolfing's position?
Dr. J, to my understanding, the town have tweaked the position a little bit, but yes, the position was posted, you know. So, but I can get you an update. I will check with the HR office where we are on that, you know. So, but Courtney, who was like in Jennifer Wolfing's office, she's covering for her right now, you know, like her meetings, you know, with the hoarding task force and all that. She's handling it. So. But I'll get you an update on where we are on the process.
Just curious.
Please.
Anybody else? Okay. So the next thing on the thing is to review and approve the consent agenda. Oh, actually, no, we have the draft meeting minutes of May 7th need to be approved, correct, Laura?
Consent agenda.
Consent agenda. So do I have a motion?
Yep, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next thing is the review of the year-to-date budget.
That is together. So.
Oh, that was part of it? Okay, all right. Geez, I think that was it. Wow. That was kind of it, right? Anybody have anything new business or anything?
So just the future agenda items, right? So
Yeah.
June 20th, the next meeting, and is the board want to do one meeting in July and August? I guess that's what it is, Laura, right? So we can decide that on June 20th, you know. So.
Okay,
And then there'll be a joint meeting.
Right.
with the select board, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To fill the position.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So what I have gotten so far, as I mentioned earlier, they might be coming to our meeting, you know, or we have to go to their meeting, one or the other, you know, but
Yep,
I guess it was preferably, I guess they said 20th, you know.
yep,
so.
but
Okay.
we'll still meet on the 20th.
That is
June,
correct,
No
but-
matter what, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds good.
all right. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn at 6:55.
And I'll second that. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.